What if one of the greatest achievements in American history never actually happened? Could it be that in 1969, while millions watched on TV, NASA pulled off the most elaborate hoax ever staged? Let's unravel the moon landing mystery, one strange clue at a time. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first human to walk on the moon. It was a defining moment for America, proof of our space dominance in the Cold War era. But for over 50 years, a shadow has lingered over this achievement. Polls have shown that millions of Americans believe the moon landing was staged. Why? Because there are details, odd, unanswered questions that just don't sit right. Today, we dive into the most compelling evidence both for and against the moon landing hoax theory. Let's start with the biggest red flag. In NASA's official footage, the American flag appears to wave, but there's no air on the moon. So how could it ripple like that? Conspiracy theorists argue this suggests it was filmed on Earth, likely in a Hollywood studio or a secret military base. NASA's response? The flag had a horizontal rod at the top to hold it up. When astronauts planted it, the motion caused it to wave briefly, and without atmosphere, it didn't stop quickly. It's a plausible explanation, but it doesn't convince everyone. Look at the Apollo photos, gorgeous images of the lunar surface. But wait, where are the stars? The theory? NASA forgot to include stars when faking the footage and photos. But scientists say the camera exposure was set for daylight on the moon's surface, which would wash out dim stars, just like taking a photo in a city at night. So, was it a photographic oversight or sloppy set design? Some Apollo images, taken miles apart, show identical hills in the background. The terrain looks exactly the same, almost like a painted backdrop reused on a set. Moon hoax proponents argue this proves staging, but NASA insists that the moon's lack of atmosphere and large distance to the background makes different locations appear deceptively similar. Still, side-by-side comparisons raise eyebrows. Despite the mystery, there's strong evidence the landings were real. Over 800 pounds of moon rocks analyzed by independent scientists around the world. Retroreflectors, mirrors placed on the moon by Apollo missions, still reflect lasers from Earth today. Soviet tracking stations confirmed the Apollo missions. They had every reason to expose a fake, but didn't. And in recent years, NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter has captured photos of the Apollo landing sites, footprints, rover tracks, and even descent stages still sitting there. So, why do so many still believe it was fake? Because the moon landing happened at a time of deep mistrust, Cold War tensions, the Vietnam War, and government secrecy. People were primed to question authority. And with Hollywood magic advancing every year, the idea that it was all a movie, it's tempting to believe. But whether you're a skeptic or a space enthusiast, one thing is certain. The moon landing remains one of the most fascinating and controversial events in modern history. What do you believe? Drop a comment and tell us, was it real or the greatest lie ever told? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into the mysteries that still haunt history.